has named her as one of the players he's really liked so far. We're ready for kickoff here at O&T Carroll Field. Binghamton is ready. Seton Hall is ready, and here we go. As Seton Hall looks to gain possession, ball will go to Binghamton. One thing about Seton Hall is they have been very nice defensively last year, and then struggled a little bit in that first game against Lafayette. But you saw the defensive attributes that this team has against Central Connecticut, allowing the Blue Devils to just 6 shots after their opening goal.
Yeah, and a lot of that starts with the inexperience. Of course, we spoke to Josh Oshett, a lot of freshmen in this team, and I've actually been very impressed with them overall. With the likes of Lily Camacho and Adria Kitsinger, they've already scored 2 goals combined this season already. And I think just you need that experience sometimes, and especially in the defense, because when you're going up against older, maybe graduate senior students, you might get beaten more often than you would against someone who's a freshman or a sophomore. Reason being, it's just the experience. It comes down to that.
Ball at midfield. Binghamton controls and goes to the far side. And back to their goalie, Caitlin Williams. Binghamton ball gets through, and Pucci gathers. Brings it out to the freshman, Camacho. Toomey has it, brings it past midfield. Through ball, looking for Tavana. Couldn't connect, intercepted by Binghamton.
And on that previous play, Adria Kitsinger making the run. Toomey was unable to see her there.
Back to Garofalo. And at midfield, both teams battle for it. Seton Hall gains possession.
And great pressure by the Pirates as 4 women in white jerseys surround McKnight to force her to lose possession.
Pucci has it. She brings it up. Looking for Toomey. Couldn't connect. Intercepted. And then ball up in the air. Fought for and gathered by Marsteller. Pucci intercepts that ball and puts it out of play. So Binghamton comes into this one with, as we brought up, that 0-0 tie against Canisius, in which, like we said, they had the opportunities. They played the better game. And when we talked to head coach Neil Bhattacharjee, and we asked him, what do you tell a team that had the better opportunities and had a lot of great chances but just wasn't able to put one in the back of the net? Do you still come away from that game positive? And he said, yeah. He said that they all had a positive attitude leaving that game. And, obviously it's still only August. And that, you'll take 0-0 games in August if you're playing, a good matchup. And that's exactly what they did. Here's Toomey. Gives it to Tavana. Looking for Toomey again. Toomey shoots. And it goes left of the goal.
And good effort by Toomey as she gets a round of applause by some of the fans here. But going back to what you said about Binghamton and their last game, they had 18 shots on target. They had 18 shots, half of those being on targets. And they had more possession overall throughout the entire game. And the fact that they weren't able to put one in the back of the net has to be frustrating for a coach. But again, like you mentioned, beginning of the season, there's about to be some nerves.
Here's another chance as Hampson was looking for Toomey. Binghamton looking to clear. Tavanas gets in there as well, but Binghamton punts it. So a nice start for Seton Hall with a shot by Toomey. And that's been a big thing for the Pirates, is these freshmen coming in, they're coming in confident. They're putting up shots. They're not saying, okay, I'll pass it off to Tavana or Hampson. But here's a chance for Natalie Tavana. She's all alone. Puts up the shot wide just off the post.
And dangerous by the Binghamton defense by losing possession so far, so close to their goal, leading the Natalie Tavana, the one player that you probably don't want in that position, kissing the outside of the post.
Tavana wants that one back. She's not going to miss many of those. And the best chance for Seton Hall so far as we take another look. And you could see her face right when the ball comes off her foot. She knows that she would like to have that one back.
Absolutely, and the thing about that is frustrating for the Pirates because you easily have an opportunity to take the lead after 2 games where you struggled in your first couple minutes and went down early.
But a nice start for the Pirates. 2 quick shots. And they're looking good offensively. That's something that the Pirates want to see is, offense early. Here comes Binghamton. It's Grace Vittoria who has it on the near side. Pucci takes that and gives it to Michaels. And then all the way back to Williams.
And Natalie Tavana seems to be playing more of a higher role than she did in the last game, where she played more like a number 10, where she was creating more opportunities for her teammates. This time you see her up front, already had the one opportunity. Looking for a second here.
She has so much talent that you could really just throw her anywhere and let her work. As we've seen that early. We saw that against Central Connecticut State, and she almost had another one here. That's a through ball, but offside is called.
And great vision on the pass here.
It was Kitzinger who had the lead, but wasn't able to stay on side. Caitlin Williams is the goalie for Binghamton, the junior. Hasn't had to do too much. Didn't have to do a bunch against Canisius. Only 1 save picked up. But an 80% save percentage in this early 2023 season.
But as a goalkeeper, I'm sure she's not complaining as long as she's able to keep that clean sheet.
Not at all. Seton Hall has had most of the possession early as Geary heads it to Toomey, looking for Michaels and intercepted by Marsteller. Pucci puts that one out of play. It'll be Binghamton possession. Toomey falls on it, able to get back up though and keep that ball in play. There's Herber. Back to the goalie Williams. The freshman Garofalo out to Herber. Binghamton can't quite get anything going early as now Pucci looks for Fugel.
And moments ago, Garofalo nearly losing possession. And not for the first time tonight, so Binghamton have to be careful.
There's a through ball to Toomey. Toomey on the near side. Put out of play. And stay with Seton Hall. Geary, the throw in to Toomey. Up in the box, that's Michaels. And taken away by Binghamton. There's Phoebe Hampson putting a nice charge on it. But Binghamton recovers. And on the near side, it's Mimas. Mimas to McKnight. Through ball looking for Mimas. Keeps it in play. And Geary takes it away.
And it was a good build-up by Binghamton as they were able to find space in the midfield and looking for the through ball on the wing. Couldn't find an opportunity though.
Victoria McKnight blocked by Maylee McDermott. That's really her first sight today. The captain who's missed the last 2 games with an injury. Now Phoebe Hampson has it. Gives it to Stefana. Back to McDermott. Pirates moving the ball around. Toomey, who we've seen a lot of early. And Asa has liked how she's been playing so far. Megan Toomey, the freshman. You know, he said obviously with any player, not just freshmen, there's room to grow. But she's playing aggressive and looks like she's comfortable out there.
Yeah, and she's very versatile. There's a through ball here.
Here's another chance for Tavana. Puts on a move, puts up a shot. Kitzinger! And an easy save for Caitlin Williams. Kitzinger couldn't get a good strike on that ball.
And another nervy moment for the Bearcats here as they're nearly conceding another goal early on.
Yeah, Pirates starting out hot. A bunch of chances. Their third shot. As we take another look. Nice move by Tavana to get that pass, but then Kitzinger, and it is wet. We got to make that clear. It did rain a bunch in pregame. So, you know, you got to imagine the turf a little more slippery than normal. And Kitzinger couldn't quite get a nice grip.
Yeah, and the ball moving at a faster pace, of course, with the rain, which is a nightmare for a goalkeeper.
Right.
But yet again, as Tavana involved in the play, you can see the opportunities she's able to create offensively.
Binghamton ball. And on the far side is Garofalo. Here's Mimas. Blocked by Pucci. Still in the box. Both teams fighting for it. There's Camacho who gets away, and a nice job by the freshman Lily Camacho to win that one. Michaels looking for Kitzinger, but over her head, and it rolls to Caitlin Williams.
And Kitzinger, in the opening couple minutes, I love the run she's been making. Very active, not afraid to be vocal about it, letting her teammates know where she's going. And if she keeps doing that, she's going to be rewarded today.
Grace Victoria flips fields to Victoria McKnight, one of the two McKnight twins in the starting lineup today, along with Olivia. Ball at the center of the box, top of the box, and now to the near side for Grace Victoria. Victoria looking for a teammate, and she's going to have McKnight. McKnight putting on the moves. And nice defense by Seton Hall to stop that opportunity. It's a throw in now for the Bearcats.
And we saw right there McKnight's skill set there, able to almost create an opportunity and a chance for a shot at goal. No one there in the 6-yard box, though, to get a shot off. And it's kind of similar to what we saw against Canisius in their last game. Opportunities were there, but just they needed that one player to just put it into the back of the net. And that comes with that number 9 role. Will there be someone that will step up to that role this year?
Yeah, Victoria and Olivia McKnight has been really the two stars for this Bearcats team. As another chance. There's Victoria McKnight tangled up with Geary.
And good pressure by the Pirates defense, not letting her get a shot off.
Back to the top of the box. There's Olivia McKnight, puts up a shot, saved by Morgan Fedosowicz.
And good effort from about probably 25 yards out, and easy save at the end of the day for Fedosowicz. And that's good for her because I'm sure a save early on like that will probably boost her confidence throughout the rest of the game.
Olivia McKnight was the America East midfielder of the year last season. She had 2 shots on goal in their last game against Canisius. And after a quick start from Seton Hall in which they controlled the possession for most of those first 10 minutes, now Binghamton putting some pressure on the Pirates.
And soccer is a game of momentum, and that's because there's barely any stoppages. The only stoppage you really have is halftime and occasionally maybe a water break. But after that, it's if you don't have the momentum in a soccer game, it's going to kill you down the road later on in the game.
Here's Kitzinger to Michaels. Michaels looking for Toomey on the near side. Toomey has Geary trailing. Gives it to Tavana. Tavana loses it. Geary right back in there. Now Tavana has it. She puts up a shot. In! Natalie Tavana. Back-to-back games with a goal. And the Pirates start 1-0 lead.
Look who it is. Natalie Tavana yet again. Her second goal of the season and her second start of the season. We can't really be surprised at this point, and it's just a great strike from outside the 18-yard box. Caught it perfectly with the laces there. A goalkeeper gets a hand to it. Just unable to keep it out.
The Pirates kept putting on the pressure early, and they get rewarded with a Natalie Tavana goal in the 16th minute.
And I want to give a shout out here to Rachel Geary because she was the one making the overlapping run prior to that play. She was the one that ended up making the tackle for Tavana to get that shot off, so credit to her as well.
Tavana's second of the year. She was the first goal scorer for Seton Hall in their game on Sunday against the Blue Devils, as here's a chance for Binghamton, but a nice job by the freshman Camacho to end that. As you see the replay, and you brought it up, it was Rachel Geary who really started that, getting that ball back after Tavana lost it the first time, and then getting the ball to Tavana, who just did the rest of the magic.
And one thing I've noticed about Rachel Geary is that she understands when she needs to get forward and how to do so. Is she going to be on the overlap, or is she going to go around her teammate who has the ball? And I've always really liked that about her because it shows her maturity in the game. She understands where she needs to be, and that's because of positional awareness. And I think she's something really special for the Seton Hall team, not just in defense, but the opportunity to create opportunities offensively.
Here's Mimas. And Pirates take it away. Looking for Kitzinger. Kitzinger, who has speed but can't quite find that one. It was good defense by the other freshman for Binghamton, Garofalo.
And it was a great idea by Kitzinger trying to dummy her defender actually by getting the ball around her, but just unable to do so.
For Rachel Geary, it's her first assist of her career here in Seton Hall. And she deserved all of that one. So 1-0 early here in South Orange. Now Binghamton playing behind. Here's Toomey. Has numbers. Finds Tavana again. She gives it off to Michaels. Michaels puts up a shot. Saved by Williams. But the Pirates continuing to put the pressure on Caitlin Williams in this Binghamton defense.
And in the as a result of that, the Binghamton defense, they're leaving two little bodies behind the ball when the Pirates have two attackers forward. And I think that's a cause for concern, because if you give the ball away there in defense, you're going to get punished.
Here's Binghamton on the far side. Puts on the moves, but Fugel's right there to take that one away. Nice job by Alex Fugel. Michaels looks for Toomey. Toomey with a nice ball to Geary. And then back to Camacho.
And credit to Geary again for giving her teammate an option and an outlet to go to.
And Geary's played a really nice game so far. Whistle blown. It'll be Seton Hall possession. You know, we asked Coach Ossett at the beginning of the year about Natalie Tavana and, you know, how she was really one of the main performers last season, but what does he want to see more of her? And he just brought up that she has the talent, you know, we saw spurts of it last year, but she didn't really have the players around her to, really help her out. It was a lot of all her offensively. Now, with more depth added through these freshmen, you really have seen through these 2 games that Tavana has played. She's played 2 games. She scored a goal in each. You've seen how much more comfortable she looks, and she can really just play free. And we've seen this.
Yeah, absolutely. And the quality that these freshmen possess, they're able to give Tavana more space because now that there's players that Tavana can rely on, they are a distraction for defenders as well. So now Tavana, maybe instead of having 2 defenders on her, she might just have one, and in certain cases able to get a clean shot off and find the back of the net.
Victoria looking for Luke Page, or Page Luke, excuse me. And we'll have the first corner of today's game.
And when you're down in games, one way to get back in this is set pieces. You need to take advantage of those if you're not creating opportunities outside of that.
It'll be Olivia McKnight. And this will be a nice chance for Binghamton to try to even this one up after the Pirates get on the board early. McKnight into the box. It was blocked out by Kiara Pucci. And now here goes Tavana. Tavana looking for a teammate. Puts on a nice move. She's looking for Michaels. Can't quite connect. And now Binghamton on the attack.
And Tavana did very well getting that far up in the midfield. Only had 1 player ahead of her, and she was trying to hold up the play as much as she can, just unable to do so before intercepted by a Bearcats defender.
Here's Vittoria. Vittoria headed out by Pucci. Back to Vittoria. Moves it to Marsteller. Binghamton moving the ball around, taking their time. McKnight. And a shot taken, saved by Caitlin Williams.
And on the way to goal, probably took a deflection or 2 there, and another good save by Svedosowicz for his 2nd save of the day.
It was Allison Falvo who took the shot. So 2 shots on goal for both of these teams, but the Pirates have that 1 on the scoreboard. We'll see some substitutions come in soon for both squads. Herber gives it back to Williams. Not a great job as Michaels lost it. Like a possible opportunity there.
And great pressure by the Pirates offense, and forcing an opportunity there, forcing them to go back and able to retrieve possession, although they're unable to capitalize on it.
And here come the substitutions for the Pirates. It's going to be Gia Milano, one of the freshmen. She'll come in for Alex Fugel. Here's a replay of that last save by Fedosowicz, the shot by Falvo. And you can see, I mean, it's got to be nice for Morgan Fedosowicz to play with the lead. Especially if you're already coming in. It's the 3rd game of the year, so as we talked about with Osset, the nerves at this point are kind of gone. But still, it's a different game, and to play with the lead, which makes you a little more comfortable.
Yeah, and it's all about adapting, just not even to a team, but a new environment as well, of course. Played at Babson College, Division III school in Massachusetts, and now, of course, a change of pace probably. Here we're playing at a higher level, faster paced game, and things change that come with that.
Lexi Vigoda comes in for Allison Falvo as well for Binghamton, and then some more substitutions for Seton Hall. It's Lipton who comes in for Megan Toomey, and Sophie Liston will come in for Kissinger. So the freshmen are going to get some rest.
And 2 freshman starters coming off for 2 experienced midfielders, and it's a luxury to have for Coach Josh Ossett to be able to have that much experience and young talent in one team.
Binghamton possession. Excuse me, Seton Hall possession. There's Michaels to the near side for Geary. Geary looking for Lipton, headed out by Grace Vittoria. Tavana to McDermott. And then to Lipton. Lipton looking to put on a move. Taken away by the Bearcats.
And great pressure to force Seton Hall to lose possession, but they give it away again here.
Hampson has it. She has speed, and she puts up a slow roller that's just gathered by Williams.
And I've seen this a lot in the opening 2 games. Phoebe Hampson here taking a shot outside the 18. They did that a lot against Connecticut, and at times I feel like they settled. Maybe not exactly this opportunity. I think she didn't have many options ahead of her, but at times there may be 1 or 2 extra touches that they're able to have that to create maybe a better opportunity or find a teammate.
Intercepted by McDermott. Lipton has it. Then McDermott takes it from her. McDermott was looking for Tavana. And blocked by Vittoria. Geary throws into Tavana. Tavana to Lipton. Lipton with some nice moves. Ball out of play. And it's going to be Binghamton possession.
And she
substitution for Binghamton. It's going to be Peyton Gilmore who comes in. The junior. Pirates possession. Milano to Sophie Liston. Pirates all the way back to Fedosowicz. It's a 1-0 Seton Hall lead here at O&T Carroll Field. Natalie Tavana with that goal as Lipton looking for Sophie Liston. Liston has it on the far side. Looking for a teammate taken away. And whistle's blown. It'll be going to the Bearcats.
And it's the 2 substitutions that I was talking about earlier, bringing on the experience, able to connect there for a possible opportunity, but Liston giving away the foul.
You think bringing on that experience has to do with you're playing with the lead early and you kind of want players that maybe are not as aggressive as the possible freshman, but will play with a little more caution because you now have that lead?
Well, I think it's too early in the game to necessarily say that, but I think going down the line, that's something definitely you're going to look into.
Pucci to Caroline Lipton. Lipton finds Tavana. A nice through ball to Geary. Geary looking, but she's outpaced by Hannah Mimis.
And good first touch by Tavana, creating that space for Geary, but just unable to get it on the end of it.
There's Geary. So Lipton goes down. Out to McDermott. And out of play. Whistle blown. That'll be called on McDermott. And the ball will go to Binghamton.
It was a hard foul through the back of her defender, and giving away fouls is one way you could tell how player may not necessarily be in their top form at the moment. I think sometimes they rush into a tackle too quickly, maybe before thinking about it.
Milano puts that ball up in the air. Still been Pirates' possession for most of this first half. Binghamton has had maybe one or two good chances, but it's been all Pirates. As there goes Sophie Liston, but can't corral that ball before it gets back to Caitlin Williams.
And it's been a combination of their off-ball runs and just taking advantage of the opportunities that they're given.
Here's a chance. Caroline Lipton. Lipton puts on a move. And it's going stay with Seton Hall. Substitutions come in. Maylee McDermott will head to the bench. Skylar Matus comes in.
And Skylar Matus, someone that started in the opening game of the season against Lafayette, came off the bench in the next game against Central Connecticut State. And last season, she was someone that Coach Osser brought in to help Tavana up an offense to create more opportunities for both Matus and Tavana herself. And I want to see her get off the mark here today.
Matus was their best offensive scorer during Big East play. As here's Hampson, gives it to Liston. Liston looking for Matus. Liston puts on a move, puts up a shot, blocked, back out, and then moved away.
But I love the patient buildup by the Pirates there. Just too many green jerseys surrounding them.
Peyton Gilmore can't quite find her teammate Garofalo. And Pirates have the possession. Here's Michaels. Tavana just commands the midfield. You just watch her play.
And it's what you love to see. She's hungry for it. She has that desire to get that win, to get those goals, set up an opportunity for a teammate. It's a coach's dream, really.
Gathered by Fedosowicz, and Pirates looking to head on the move. Intercepted, though, by Miss. Rolls out of play, and Geary will throw it in. At halftime, we got a Brenna Michaels feature that you're going to want to check out. She is the most followed athlete at Seton Hall. And this feature that was big part made from our director today, Ryan Johnston. He did a fantastic job. It's a great piece of work, and that's going to be at halftime in just about 12 minutes.
I'm very excited to see it, see what it involves. And it would surprise you to know that I actually haven't seen a single video of Michaels.
Why would you say that?
Now,
why would you admit that?
No, listen here. Here's the thing. I don't have social media. So that's the problem. No,
really?
No social
None.
media. That is correct, yep. So that is why.
Really? Is there a specific reason?
Well, growing up, my parents really never
Okay.
let me have it.
Okay.
And now that I'm an adult, I guess, don't really need it, if that makes sense.
No, honestly, I respect it. Social media takes a little too much of my life sometimes. Pirates possession. Be a free kick for Pucci. Back to Fedosowicz. Looking for Matus. Matus gathers. Lipton to Phoebe Hampson. Here go the Pirates. There's Sophie Liston. Looking for Lipton. Lipton spins. Trying to find Tavana. Tavana, shot! Saved Another shot. Good! Natalie Tavana. She's a magician. And it's 2-0 Seton Hall.
And great build-up play by the Pirates. Skylar Matus able to control the ball on the clearance by the Pirates. Able to build up possession, and Caroline Lipton finding her teammate, Toomey, I believe it was, and able to put the ball in the back of the net on the second time of asking.
Natalie Tavana does it again for the Pirates, and they have an early 2-0 lead. She just continued to put the pressure on, and that's what the Pirates have been doing consistently.
Yeah, and excuse me, I sorry to interrupt, but I actually said it was Toomey. It was actually Natalie Tavana.
Tavana with now her 3rd goal of the season and her 2nd of the game. Pirates with a 2-0 lead. Two players get tangled up, whistles blown. So for Natalie Tavana, that's her 3rd goal of the season, assisted by Lipton and Liston.
And you love to see that Pirates getting on the score sheet in these first couple games this season. Last season, they only scored 12 goals all season. And the opening 3 games of the season, only 2 goals. This time around, have 5 goals and counting with this game. The second half still to come.
Tavana had 3 goals all year last season. That was her career high. So already matching her career high in Game 3 of this young season. And we don't expect her to stop anytime soon.
No, certainly not. And again, that comes with experience. Her being a sophomore last year, getting 3 goals with very limited offensive options around her. This year, completely different story. Now able to be more free in the midfield or up front. As we see a foul given away by the Pirates there. And you just got to love it from Tavana. And she's on a hat trick now.
Yeah, might as well throw one more in there, you know. Lipton's 3rd assist of her career. She's had 1 in each of her first 2 seasons. Pirates control on the back lines. Pucci, who finds Liston. Booted out. Back to midfield. And out of play. Some substitutions for both teams. Ella Conger will come on in. She will take the spot of Phoebe Hampson. And Molly McClelland comes in for Binghamton. She'll replace Victoria McKnight.
Molly McClellan, an experienced player on this Bearcats team. She's in there to provide an offensive spark here for a Bearcats team that really has struggled to find a clear opportunity at goal.
So Lipton's 3rd assist of her career. It's Sophie Liston's 6th. She did not have 1 last year, but had 5 in her freshman season. Pucci to Michaels. Goes looking for Matus. Matus has an angle. Nice defense by Garofalo. Pirates keep possession. Here's Tavana. Matus lets that one go. And Binghamton looking to control. Ella Conger finds Camacho. And back to the Pirates defensively. Milano keeps it. Still moving. And finally tangled down. Whistles are blown. And a great job by Gia Milano, taking that one all the way near their box, moving it past midfield and giving the Pirates now a free kick.
And a round of applause for the freshman as she's able to make that run all the way to midfield. Very impressive of her.
She's got that young freshman speed, you know.
Absolutely, yes.
You still got that speed, Miguel? You kind of old now.
No, never.
Pucci will take it. Another chance for the Pirates to go into the half with a possible 3-0 lead. They could put something up here. The chance, and just taken away by Caitlin Williams. A little too much from Pucci.
And good job by Williams coming off the line to collect that ball and prevent any further damage.
So there's about 7 minutes left of action here at O&T Carroll Field, and there has been action, most of it from the foot of Natalie Tavana.
And again, it just goes back to how good of a player she really is. She needs half a yard of space to punish the defense, and she's shown it here. Just 2 really well taken goals. Second one being on the second time around, but just credit to her for the hustle throughout this entire game. She's yet to get a breather today so far.
She deserves it. Here's Lipton. Back to Pucci. And to Camacho.
And credit to Lipton to not forcing that ball forwards. If there's not an option, there's no need to go forward. And that comes with the experience, whereas maybe a freshman might have played that ball forward, try to create something when there's nothing really there.
Yeah, Lipton, the junior this year. Changed her number, which a bunch of players I noticed did this season. I wonder if it seemed like a lot of the juniors changed their number. I think Rachel Geary changed their number, Caroline Lipton. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 as well that I can't remember off the top of my head. Did you rock one number your whole career?
I was a goalkeeper, so number 1.
Oh, okay. Well, I take that back.
No, but I understand. I mean, numbers.
I like to always rock one number. I didn't like to change it up.
And I understand that, but in this, but in this sport, it's numbers actually they mean something. Whether it's you're following your favorite player, for example, you wear number 10 maybe because you like Messi, number 7 for Ronaldo.
Right.
Maybe the number means something to you personally, but it's about your position as well. Because when you hear the terms, you play as a number 9, you play as a number 10, as a number 6, they mean certain terms. And I guess certain players, they want to be known as that type of player.
I didn't expect to get all technical on me, but that was fine too. Here's Michaels looking for Lipton, and just too much on it. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this first half.
And since Matus has entered this game, Tavana had dropped back just a little more, probably to find Matus an opportunity to get her first goal of the season.
Binghamton possession, throws in over the head and gathered by Geary. But Binghamton gets it back. Here's Alex Marsteller, goes far side. McKnight tangled up at midfield is Molly McClend. And here's Lipton. Whistle's blown. Pirates possession.
And poor foul there given away. Lipton facing her own goal really and has nowhere to go, and no need to really give a foul there, as the Pirates now have an opportunity to go 3-0 up with 3 or so minutes remaining.
Will be the freshman, Lily Camacho. Camacho looking for Tavana. Tavana gathers. Puts it up in the box. Looking for Sophie Liston. Couldn't quite get a nice angle on it. Ball rolls all the way to the corner. And it'll go to Binghamton. Substitution with just about 3 minutes left in the first.
And
It's going to be Cameron Williams for the Pirates. It's her first appearance of the year, and Natalie Tavana gets a nice standing ovation from the Seton Hall crowd as she'll take a break for the rest of this first half.
And deservedly so. Of course, you don't want to risk an injury or anything outside of that. With a couple minutes remaining in this half, you're already up 2-0, and I think it's a smart move by Josh Ossett to sit her down for a little bit.
And nice to get some a couple minutes for Cameron Williams, who another one of those freshmen was one of the ranked the fourth best forward in the state of Pennsylvania coming out of high school.
And her getting these minutes right here, they may seem so far for this half with the 2 minutes she might get. It's valuable experience. Every minute that a freshman gets is valuable, whether it may seem like that or not. Even if they don't touch the ball, it's very important that they're out there on the field, keeping up with the pace of the team, understanding how they play, where to be in a certain position.
Whistle's blown. Lipton goes down. So Seton Hall possession.
And Lipton, again, been fouled for a couple times now. It's first half.
Yeah, she's an aggressive player. She's a player that Coach Ossett likes on his team because she plays tough. She'll get in there. And, we saw at the end of last game versus Central Connecticut, there was a lot of rough back and forth from both teams, and it ended up with a red card for one of their freshmen. But Coach Ossett's okay with that. He likes the aggressiveness.
Yeah, and that comes with physical games, of course. Very physical game, of course. Things got heated towards the end of that one, especially with the red card by Ovares. But overall, you got to love it as a coach.
Pirates moving around. It's Michaels. Here's Milano. Pucci. Looking for Lipton. And taken away by Binghamton.
You love the idea, though, by the defense getting the ball forward, trying to create something out of really nothing in that moment.
Less than 1 minute remaining in this first half. Pirates with a 2-0 lead as whistles are blown, and chance now for Binghamton to. They would love to possibly put something in the back of the net here, go into the break, holding down one.
Absolutely, and I mentioned it before when the Bearcats had their corner kicks. Set pieces are so vital, and as we conclude this first half, if they're able to get a goal here, it really changes the halftime conversation. Instead of being down 2 goals, just the one that they got to come back from.
There's Lexi Vigoda. Vigoda into the box. And coming out was Fedosowicz. She couldn't control it. The whistles were blown, and Seton Hall will regain possession as we have less than 10 seconds left. Seton Hall goes into the break up 2-0 against the here in South Orange. Pirates lead 2-0. And the last 45 minutes of this game starts now. Pucci boots it downfield. And here we go. Binghamton with possession. At midfield, it's McDermott who gives it to Pucci. Pretty similar lineup that we started this game with. The only real difference is Caroline Lipton is still in after she subbed in for Megan Toomey.
And unsurprisingly as well, a great player. She shows great aggression throughout the entire first half. Got fouled a couple times, earned her team a couple extra possessions, and she also a player that offers something on both sides of the field. And when it comes to experience, she has that as well going for her.
Headed around. Gathered by Michaels. Michaels trips and falls, and whistle is blown. Ball will go to Seton Hall.
And I'm sure Coach Bhattacharjy's message coming out of the break into the second half to be aggressive, take advantage of your opportunities.
Here's Tavana and called offside.
Tavana a little eager there to get that hat trick, going a little bit early.
You think that's in her head at all? thinking about putting one more? Maybe instead of the pass, you take that shot?
I think it's at the end of the day her ultimate goal. She's a team player. She's in it to get the win. If that includes her getting a hat trick, then I'm sure she
won't be opposed to it.
Absolutely.
Binghamton controls. It's Marsteller. Booted to Knish. Knish looking for a teammate. Top of the box now. And tangled up was Lipton and Olivia McKnight. So a good opportunity for Binghamton.
And good run by Knish, creating something inside the 18-yard box, and ball comes out. And credit to McKnight using her body to get in between her and her defender. And in a good position now. The Bearcats' opportunity to get one back.
Both McKnight sisters standing right next to each other. It's going to look like it'll be Olivia McKnight who takes it. Chops it in. And it rolls out of play. So it'll be a Binghamton corner.
And I love the idea with the little dink ball over the top there. Trying to find a teammate. No one able to get on the end of it, but earned themselves a corner.
Second corner of the afternoon for Binghamton. Seton Hall hasn't had one. So 2 quick opportunities for the Bearcats. It's going to be Olivia McKnight again. Ball rolls to the near side, kept in by Knish. There's Paige Luke, who gives it up back to the Pirates, and here's Tabana.
And limited options going forward. Opts to go to Hampson out to the right-hand side.
Possession stays with Seton Hall. It's nice defense by Victoria McKnight. Fugel will throw it in.
From corner kick situations and set pieces, I want to see Savacevic become a little more vocal there, forcing her defenders to move up to create more opportunities up front, give Natalie Tavan an outlet, because usually she's the only one up top.
Here's Lipton after a nice interception by Maley McDermott. Lipton, the through ball, looking for Tavana. Tavana put a nice shot up, but it goes wide.
Impressive effort as well. The ball was all the way behind her, and her to be able to get somewhat clean contact on that. Very impressive.
Seton Hall takes it back. Here's Kitzinger, who loses it, but whistle is blown.
It was a mistake by Garofalo there, giving the ball away to Kitzinger. And it's these little things like this where frustrates the coach. You have possession of the ball, give it away in a dangerous opportunity. Now Seton Hall's turn.
Set piece for the Pirates, and their best opportunity of this second half. It's Brina Michaels.
And from this position, favors the left-footed kicker as she's able to curve that towards goal, looking to see if she can curve that towards the far post and maybe get a defender on the end of that.
Michaels. And shots out left.
Ambitious effort there, going for the shot.
She could do it, though. Has the talent to take a shot from that angle. Just couldn't quite get anything on that attempt. So now here's Binghamton. Moving the ball past midfield on the far side and then taken away. But back to the Bearcats. Ball gets through. Geary gathers. And resets to Fedosowicz.
There were shots for a handball as well against Seton Hall, but not sure if referee didn't see her or just opted not to make the call.
Tangled up is Paige Luke. And now here's an opportunity for Binghamton. This ball rolls out of play, and another corner for the Bearcats.
And another set-piece opportunity. Able to take advantage of one right now at the start of this first half. Surely a big momentum swing for the Bearcats.
You can hear head coach Josh Ossick calling out his commands to his players. Here's a chance. The header over for Brooke Herber. Fugel punts it past midfield, and the Binghamton opportunity dissolves.
And opting to play short there on that corner kick, and Herber getting a good look at it with that header. She's going to want that one back, surely.
Ball rolls through, and possession will go to the Pirates. Substitutions early in the second half. It's Gia Milano who will come back in. She'll take the spot of Fugel.
And I noticed that throughout the first two games, and this one as well, that Fugel and Milano tend to sub each other out often in the same position as a like-for-like switch on the right-hand side.
Yeah, did that in the first half. And decided to go the same route here. Vidasowicz. Gathered by Kitzinger. And then gets the ball to Geary. Geary to Lipton. Lipton has speed. On the far side, looking for Tavana, but in the way was Kanish.
And good lick of play there by Lipton and Geary, able to advance possession.
Whistles are blown. That's going to be on Seton Hall. There's McKnight. McKnight to Garofalo. Garofalo looking for a teammate in Kanish, but gathered by Vidasowicz just over the head.
And don't know how much of that was intended for a Kanish, but good idea either way.
So Pirates holding strong in these first 10 minutes of the second half. But a couple more Binghamton opportunities, more than we saw in the first half. Here's Michaels. Loses it. Back to Binghamton. Marsteller. Finding Victoria McKnight. And Victoria McKnight couldn't put a nice ball to Hanami miss.
And overall, the Bearcats have had better chances, more possession, and more set pieces taken as well. And good sign as they look to get back into this game.
Vidasowicz hasn't had to do much today so far. Has only faced 4 shots. 2 of them on goal. As Pirates looking to gather. Pucci heads. And back to Binghamton. It's Miss to McKnight. And out to her twin, Olivia McKnight. Back to Miss. It goes through her legs, though. And it'll roll out of play. Seton Hall possession. Coach Ossick having a chat with the referees down on near his bench. Trying to clear up some things that maybe they disagreed with.
I'm curious to see what he is arguing about. Not sure if there's a call that maybe he's unhappy about.
Well, you know, there's always something a coach can be unhappy about with the refs. It's just how sports work. Another good opportunity for Binghamton, but Kiara Pucci was all over that one.
And credit to Pucci after nearly conceding the opportunity.
Here's a chance. Headed and out of play. Some nice defense by Geary to not let any lead. And Vidasowicz tracked it well as well.
A scary moment there, the goalkeeper coming off their line. Know that contact possibly could be coming her way. And fortunate enough to not concede a goal.
What we've seen so far is Vidasowicz is not afraid to take contact. That is something that has been clear. As Binghamton again with the shot. McKnight way over. Whistle was blown though. And it's going to be a corner kick.
And good time first effort by her. And she asked for a corner, ends up getting it as it took a deflection along the way.
Yeah, so deflected off a Pirate. And it's going to be the fourth corner now for Binghamton. McKnight will take it again. Into the box. Headed out. Chance. Back to McKnight. Milano is there. Whistle's blown. And it'll go back to the Pirates.
Good aggression shown by Milano there, able to put her ball, of course, in between the ball and her defender. Going back to that corner kick. Barely beat the first man there, and the Bearcats will be disappointed with a set-piece opportunity, again, where they're looking for goals here. Not just in this game, but looking to score the first one of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-0 game, so everything is obviously a little bit more rush for Binghamton, but you can say so far in this second half they have had a lot more opportunities, though. Here goes Natalie Tavana. Loses it at the end. Some nice defense by Garofalo.
And hard for her to really create anything there. Pressure by two Bearcat defenders.
Now here's Binghamton back on the rush. Looking for McKnight. Intercepted by Hampson. Hampson's going to put up a long shot. Saved by Caitlin Williams. Said this in the first half. Phoebe Hampson's not afraid to take that shot.
But you got to love it, though. She's ambitious. She's looking to get that wonder goal. Find the Pirates' third goal of the afternoon.
Blocked by Kitzinger. She has a chance. Saved. The goalie has come out and ball out of play. Coach Ossett and the Pirates bench is in shock. They wanted a whistle blown there as Kitzinger went down off of Caitlin Williams.
And a lot happening there on that possession. The Bearcats giving away possession in a very dangerous area, not for the first time today. And Kitzinger just one touch too many. I'm looking for her to get right here as we see it again. She has to take that first time if she's really going to have an opportunity at goal. Chooses to go wide with her second touch, which didn't help her really. As we see maybe another opportunity.
Tavana, a chance for her third of the game! Out wide. Tavana looking for a call as well. Pirates not too happy with the referees at the moment, but two great chances for Seton Hall that just did not go their way. This could be a 3-0 game.
And again, it's just the Bearcats' defense just playing too much with the ball, giving away possession in places that you shouldn't really be losing the ball. And I think they're very fortunate to not be down 3-4 goals already at this point.
Pirates putting on the pressure. You can see how they're rushing to the ball. Binghamton loses it to Milano. And then there's McDermott. Kitzinger and Michaels, and here's another chance. Tavana to the freshman Kitzinger. Whistle's blown, offsides. And the fourth Pirate offside of the game.
Good vision there by Tavana, understanding where her teammates are, but the correct call there by assistant referee on that offside call.
I believe that's at least the second offsides for Kitzinger as well today. Just needs so close to getting her second of the season. She had that lone goal in their opening day loss against Lafayette.
And I feel like I've mentioned it a couple of times already, but those offside calls, those come with experience. You understand when your teammate is going to make the play for you to make that run. And, of course, she'll become more experienced over time, and those runs will end up turning into goals.
Lipton to Tavana, back to Lipton. Lipton on the far side, looking for Tavana. Tavana has got speed, but she's not going to be able to catch up to that one.
Williams hesitant off her line there. Maybe a little miscommunication with her defender.
Back to Williams, with Michaels chasing. That was close.
Gotta love the pressure, though.
Yeah. Kitzinger. Kitzinger can't quite find a teammate. Milano's there to pressure. And after those early attempts by Binghamton in the second half, it's gone all the way back to Seton Hall, and they've continued to throw that pressure on. 2 great opportunities, one by Kitzinger, another by Tavana. But score still at 2-0.
And Bearcats probably fortunate that it still is at 2-0 with the chances that they've given up here that the Pirates are surely going to want back.
Garofalo headed out by Milano to Kitzinger. Back to Milano. Pirates moving the ball around. Hampson has it. Finds Tavana. Camacho flips field looking for Lipton. And Binghamton takes possession. Back to Seton Hall, though. There's McDermott to Hampson.
And I love this possession game here by the Pirates, not forcing anything, but just being patient. As we see a beautiful move there by Milano.
What a move by Gia Milano. Milano takes it back. She's got the energy now. Finds Tavana. Tavana to Kitzinger. Kitzinger on the near side. Looking for Michaels. Lipton was there as well. Hampson takes a big collision. And whistle's blown. And they'll call the foul on Phoebe Hampson.
But Gio Milano, again, is just another one of the freshmen in this young team that really having an impact in this game. She was the one that made the play for the original cross to come in and for an opportunity there.
Subs waiting to come in for Seton Hall. It's Sophie Liston and Megan Toomey. Just about 25 minutes left. 25 and change. Pirates looking to gather. Goes in their direction, and here comes the subs for Seton Hall. It'll be Kitzinger who will take the C, and Lipton as well. So Kitzinger has had some really nice opportunities, not able to put one in the back of the net, but she has shown that she is going to be an important piece for Seton Hall this season, along with the rest of these freshmen. You know, and you go into the year with, they had the big freshman class, and you weren't sure how much they were going to play or which ones were going to have, you know, meaningful minutes to this team. And already we've seen through these first 3 games, there's at least 4 or 5 of them that are going to be crucial to the Pirates' success this season.
Yes, and consider this as well, that Ovares, who's not even in the lineup, is another one of these freshmen that is going to have a real impact on this program.
There's Hannah Kanish, and defended well by Seton Hall. Michaels finds Liston. Liston reverses field. Finds Toomey. Toomey putting on a move and then intercepted by Garofalo.
Next time around, though, I just want to see Toomey bring that inside instead of going wide. There's not many options out wide, and she was to cut that inside, has more opportunities and opportunity to play a pass there.
Pucci and Samaya Reed were tangled up, and the foul was called on Kiara Pucci. Now, Pucci might not get her name called a lot, just back on the defensive position, but she is the force for the Pirates defense. She was last year, and she'll continue to be this year as well.
And it just tends to be the life of a defender. You don't necessarily get the recognition that you necessarily deserve because, of course, that's usually going to go to the goal scorer, such as Natalie Tavana.
Right. Maya Reed puts that one out of play. And possession goes back to the Pirates as they get a substitute ready. Skylar Matus comes on back into this game, and Phoebe Hampson will head to the sideline.
And with Hampton coming off the field, it'll force Tavana to move back a little bit and become more of a playmaker rather than the primary striker.
Headed around and gathered by McDermott. Finds Camacho. Ball will stay with the Pirates. Binghamton moving the ball around. There's McKnight to Garofalo. And whistle's blown. Garofalo took a hit by Matus. Coach Ossett not happy with the call.
But you love the pressure once again. You have 5 attacking players in white jerseys looking to force the Bearcats to give up possession, and you just got to love it there. Matus, even though given the foul, you got to give credit to her for that pressure. And it's been working all night as multiple Bearcat defenders have lost possession in dangerous areas, which have created opportunities for the Pirates.
Toomey, and here's Michaels. Back to Milano.
Blow the whistle!
Milano jersey grabbed a little bit, nothing called. Liston has it. Finds Toomey on the near side. Toomey to Tavana. Tavana tried to find Liston, but intercepted. McKnight looking for Kanish, and it rolls all the way back to Morgan Fedosowicz. There's Toomey. A little back and forth right now between these two. Whistle's blown. That one called on Gia Milano.
But again, it's Milano just being eager to get that ball back, make a play, help out her teammates. Just an all-around player, even though she's really playing out right back at the moment. But you've seen the potential there offensively and the opportunity that she's able to create moving into midfield.
So set piece now for Binghamton. It's Olivia McKnight who's really taken most of their set pieces today. Good opportunity now for Binghamton with just about 20 minutes left. McKnight skied into the box, headed out, and then the shot goes wide. That was Garofalo who put up the wide shot.
But there's no reason why inside the 18-yard box, Pirates defenders should be closing her down. She was able to bring that ball was able to go all the way down for her to have the opportunity to get the shot off. If you're Coach Ossett, you want to see the Pirates pressure her quicker.
Right. This is the third of 4 straight games to start the season at home for Seton Hall, as Skylar Matus is called for offsides. They'll stay at home for one more on Sunday, August 27th against Ryder. And then they go on a 3-game road stretch.
And here at home is where you got to get your wins, especially with the extra rest compared to teams who are traveling to come to South Orange.
Another whistle blown. This time on Binghamton. Tavana to Matus, back to Tavana. And here go the Pirates. Tavana looking for Sophie Liston. She won't be able to gather that one before Caitlin Williams gets to it.
Beautiful ball by Tavana again, creating another opportunity for her teammates. They're looking for a third.
Yeah, here's another opportunity for Matus. Matus looking for Tavana, the third. She gets it! trick for the Magician. Not one, not two, 3 goals for Natalie Tavana, and the Pirates take a 3-0 lead.
Unbelievable. Natalie Tavana seems to be in the right place at the right time no matter where she is on the field. It looks like there's 2 of her out there. But credit to Liston. I don't know how much she knew about Tavana being behind there, but she let that ball go. Ended up being at an advantage for the Pirates as Tavana has her hat trick and the Pirates happily 3-0 up.
Yeah, a part that's not going to show up on the stat sheet is Sophie Liston letting that ball go, finding Natalie Tavana, and then Tavana doing the rest of the work. What a day for the junior. Natalie Tavana with her 3rd goal of the game. That's now 4 on the season.
And that's 1 more than she's already had all of last season.
Yeah, exactly. Has tied today with 3 goals today. She had 3 goals last season. That was her career high. So has already tied her career high just today. And then has broken it with the goal against Central Connecticut State as well.
And kind of scary to think about the amount of goals she could end up having at the end of the season. So consistent with her chances of being able to take them.
That's the first hat trick since 2006 for this program. And last year was a year of improvement, a lot of records broken. It felt like a new era of Seton Hall women's soccer coming in, and now Tavana with 3 goals today, continuing to, and she'll get a standing ovation as she comes out of this game. Phoebe Hampson's going to come back in. What a game for Natalie Tavana. 3 goals, now 4 on the season in just her 2nd game back from injury.
And smiles all across her face. She gets a round of applause, deservingly by the audience here today. It's overall great performance, not just in scoring the goals, creating chances, coming back on defense to help out her teammates. Just overall wonderful performance.
So Phoebe Hampson comes back in for Tavana. And that goal assisted by Matus and Liston. So it's Liston's 2nd assist of the game.
And I'm pretty sure that will be the end of the night for Tavana as well. Up 3-0. Unless there happens to be a dramatic comeback by the Bearcats. We see more substitutes come into the game.
And Skylar Matus, that's her first assist as a Pirate. So a couple substitutions for Binghamton with just about 16 minutes left in this game. Now remember, this is game 1 of a 2-game Pirate Sports Network soccer doubleheader. We got the men's team coming up after this one, and on the same link as Sophie Liston makes a move, gets it to Matus. Matus puts on a move. She's looking for her first goal of the year, won't get it there. And a corner for the Pirates.
And speaking of Coach Ossett earlier today, he said Skylar Matus is one of the players on the team where can really create an opportunity out of nothing pretty much, and her getting an assist surely boosts her confidence.
Men's basketball here to support the Pirates women's soccer team. We've seen that a bunch. Just a lot of these teams coming out supporting their fellow student athletes. Some Pirates connections to Binghamton as well. LaBelle Sanders, former Pirate that played with head coach Ian Holloway. He's the head coach over at Binghamton. You know, it all connects. It all connects.
Yeah, and I love the connection that students, athletes have with one another here at this university. I just think that so consistently you see other athletes, other teams showing up for another team here at this university, and I just love that about this school. It says a lot about the culture here.
Seton Hall possession. As Milano will look to throw it in. Binghamton controls. And a shot off of Sophie Liston. She looks okay, though. She finds McDermott.
But again, it's the Bearcats giving away possession in their own half.
McDermott trying to find Geary. Ball will stay with the Pirates. A substitution for the Pirates as well. Ella Conger will come back into this game. She'll replace Maley McDermott.
And on her comeback, solid overall performance today. Hasn't had much to do in the attack today for the Pirates, but defensively, very solid, linking up plays and passes today.
Geary looking for Michaels, and Binghamton takes it away. McKnight, and booted out by Pucci.
And in these last 12 minutes or so, curious to see how many different players Coach Osip brings onto the pitch to get some experience. Maybe some of those freshmen or some of those other players that don't necessarily get a lot of game time here.
And just about 12 minutes left. Pirates lead 3-0. All off the boot of Natalie Tavano. Pucci finds Toomey, who can't control. He'll go back to Binghamton. Lexi Vigoda trying to find McKnight. Taken away by the Pirates. Hampson to Matus. Matus loses it. Gia Milano takes it back, though. Michaels kind of ran into the ref there. And Binghamton possession. Peyton Gilmore. Ball rolls out of play, and Lexi Pagoda will throw it in again, back to Gilmore. She goes down. And ball will go back to the Pirates.
Bearcats not happy with that call. They thought it should have been their possession.
There's not much movement in the last minute. Pirates have possession. It's Milano. And headed out of play by Matus. Now back to Binghamton.
For the Pirates, it's really just about closing out this game. You're not necessarily looking for another goal unless the opportunity presents itself. But to keep that clean sheet,
right,
help the goalkeeper's confidence out, which will do a lot of good coming down the season. But overall, it's just great overall performance today by the Pirates. Very impressive. Of course, Natalie Tavana, really the spotlight of today.
Pucci puts it out of play. Trying to shave clock here for your Seton Hall. Just about 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. Long throw in into the box. Headed out by Liston. That's McKnight. And then a shot. Milano blocks it. Another chance, and up high for Binghamton. So a chance averted. And the Pirates will get back possession.
And in every moment there, as the Bearcats able to get a couple of shots off there on goal. Luckily for the Pirates, so far able to keep that clean sheet.
That was Olivia McKnight as well who took the shot. Michaels heads it. 3 Pirates being tangled up. Jersey pulled of Skylar Matus, and whistles are blown. Some substitutions waiting to come on in. Looks like Abby Hall and Caroline Lipton. Hampson looking for Toomey on the near side. Toomey puts in a ball into the box. and headed out by Garofalo.
A great ball into the box by Toomey. The technique is there, able to lace that ball directly, let it drop in front of the 6-yard box. Another great tackle by Rachel Geary moving forward.
And Rachel Geary's in a really nice game today. Geary puts up a rolling shot and just collected by Caitlin Williams.
And with her weaker right foot as well. Had that been with the left, possibly
Scary.
a fourth, yeah.
Binghamton with possession. There's Peyton Gilmore. Can't track it. And go back to the Pirates. Some substitutions as well. Abby Hall. Cameron Williams comes on back in. And Caroline Lipton. Skylar Matus. Megan Toomey and Rachel Geary will head to the bench. They get a round of applause, which they deserve as well.
Absolutely. Today, just all about a team effort here. Really connecting on both sides of the pitch. Offensively, getting the goals, linking up plays, creating opportunities. Defensively, as of now, still keeping that clean sheet.
Now, Miguel, all I want to say is you guys can't see my socks right now. I do have soccer socks on, and when I was deciding what to wear today, I was going between a couple socks. You know, it could have just gone normal black ankle socks, but I decided to go with the bright red soccer socks. And I'm 1-0 is all. Well, the game's not over yet. I take that back. The game is not over yet. I am doing pretty well so far with the soccer socks.
And I love that you're doing that, but one complaint I have about it is that why are your socks red and not blue?
Well, that's a great point, Miguel. That was a great point. This was part of like a sports like socks pack, and I didn't get to pick the color.
Where'd you get them from?
I got them as a gift. Yeah. Less than 7 minutes left. Pirates lead 3-0. Ella Conger back to Binghamton. Garofalo looking for Peyton Williams, or Peyton Gilmore, excuse me.
Hard foul there on Milano.
Whistle's blown, and Pirates will keep possession. It's Kiara Pucci with the free kick. Pucci, who has a leg, all the way to the top of the box. Garofalo heads it out. Whistles are blown. That time called on the Pirates and Phoebe Hampson.
And it's a gift that Pucci's really able to create an opportunity offensively off something in her own half.
Here's Garofalo. Headed up by Olivia McKnight. Gets through. A chance now for her sister, Victoria McKnight. McKnight can't quite get anything out of it, and it's booted away by Lily Camacho.
And I love the idea with the cutback, but just no green jerseys there to really help out and support her.
Now a chance for Olivia McKnight. But the Pirates stout on defense all day, and they've continued that in these last couple chances. Conger with a nice ball to Caroline Lipton. Lipton puts up a move, finds Michaels. Back to Pucci. Pirates just moving the ball around. Camacho has it. Tries to find Cameron Williams. Taken back by Binghamton. Less than 5 minutes remaining.
But great link-up play there by the Pirates defense. Just in these last couple moments, those type of plays, just keeping possession, really helps with the chemistry of the team.
Pucci trying to find Lipton. Lipton on the far side. She's got Cameron Williams in the box, headed out.
Hello, Jackson. I'm asking a question. You said I'm saying it's the same length. That's correct. Different length. Okay. That's good. Gotcha.
A chance off the fingertips of Fedosowicz. That was the best possibly shot that Binghamton has put up all day, and a nice save by Fedosowicz. That was Lauren Clark on the shot.
And credit to Fedosowicz for staying alert. It's extremely hard for a goalkeeper to go through longer periods of time without doing much, and her just being able to stay alert, get a strong hand to it, to push that ball away. And again, a clean sheet would do a lot of good for her today.
Whistle's blown. Ball will go back to the Pirates. Less than 3 minutes left. The Pirates started out early. It was Natalie Tavana all game, pretty much. Put the first goal up in the 16th minute. And then got her second in the 35th minute. That was assisted by Sophie Liston, Caroline Lipton, and then in the 73rd, it was Sophie Liston, Skylar Matus who assisted her third to complete the hat trick. And that's the game summary for the Pirates. McKnight headed out by Pucci. Camacho finds Cameron Williams, and Binghamton takes it back. Less than 2 minutes now left. As I said, this is a PSN soccer doubleheader. You got women's and men's today. The men's team is next as they have their home opener, not just their home opener, their season opener against Ryder. The NCAA tournament team last year, the men's soccer team, they're looking to head back. And that game will be on a different link than this game. That will be still on Flow Sports, on the Pirate Sports Network, but a different link.
Will you be in attendance, Mr. Stam?
I'll definitely be in attendance. Standing ovation for Phoebe Hampson as she subs out. Fugel is back in the game. Maylee McDermott as well. Liston with 1 minute remaining. What a game for Seton Hall. A battle between Pucci and McKnight. Ball stays with Binghamton. And too much on the throw-in. Binghamton had a couple chances, wasn't able to put anything into the back of the net, but the story of the game was Seton Hall offensively and Natalie Tavana.
And we've said this multiple times already, but again, just tremendous performance overall. Unbelievable player, and it's crazy to think about that last hat trick here for this program was 2006. I was 3 years old at the time.
You think you were watching?
No, definitely not.
20 seconds left here at O&T Carroll Field. The Pirates are going to move to 2-1 on the young season. They'll take on Ryder on Sunday.
And the Pirates looking to carry the momentum next couple games.
5 seconds left as the crowd gets up their feet and congratulates this Seton Hall women's soccer team as they deserve it. A 3-0 shutout for the Seton Hall Pirates. Natalie Tavana with a hat trick.